Oh man, haven't done this before. Just going live without plans for anything. Let me know if you guys start coming into the chat. Big day today. It's not a very serious live stream. Just came on to chat because we just hit 10,000 subscribers, guys. Now watch that subscriber count go down the moment I say that. 10,003 right now. Hopefully none of y'all just unsubscribe because of this. And this would be very embarrassing if that happened. Yeah, just hopping on YouTube just to hang out with anyone who happens to be online at this point. Waiting to see if anyone comes on in the live chat. Love to hang out with you guys. Maybe answer some questions because, as you guys have noticed, things have exploded in the past couple of months and weeks. Punto, punto, punto. Congratulations, my friend. Thank you. And I think that is the flag of Peru next to Singapore. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just going to do a quick check. If it is indeed a Peruvian flag. Peruvian flag. Is it? I don't know. Close enough, maybe. But thank you, Punto Punto, my friend. Been a long time coming. These past 2 years, working so hard on this channel. Past couple of months, I've been a little bit neglectful, which I've covered in a recent video talking about why I haven't been making as many videos as I had over the past year. Basically, so many things have been happening in both my personal and professional life. On the professional side of things, we've got East versus West Challenger Series, Southeast Asia, going to be happening on 22nd of February in Cebu, Philippines, guys. Mark that date. There's going to be a live stream, but you can also, I would recommend you to watch it live. Come on down to the beautiful nation of Philippines, Cebu. It's going to be so fantastic. So far, I think we've got like 5 matches announced, way more in the pipeline coming down. Hopefully get to promote that over the next couple of months and weeks. So excited. Dev, what's up, man? Dev, always see you in all of my videos, comment sections, and all the lives that I've done. Thank you so much, man. I'm in love with you as well. But yeah, so many things going on these next couple of months. The next big thing that's happening in Southeast Asia next month is going to be the super match between Singapore's Valen Low versus 2 of the Philippines' top pullers, the second place overall left and the second place overall right, Sean and Kent. And our guy Valen is flying over there to have a super match in conjunction with their nationals. Thank you, Dev. 10K. Never thought I'd hit this growing up, making silly little videos on YouTube, playing Minecraft and Halo and RuneScape. I've always been a big fan of video making and just entertaining people, making people laugh. I've always enjoyed that. I made this account in 2006, so it's 18 years that I've had this channel. Back then it was a different name, but eventually it evolved into what it is now, which is Eastside Armwrestling. And wow, such a monumental occasion for me. Even though I'm not really showing it. I'm not really reacting over the top, but this really does mean a lot to me. 10,000 people subscribing to this channel. Um, it's always been a childhood dream of mine to get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's just been something that I thought was always very cool. I grew up watching YouTube. YouTubers were some of my biggest idols I had growing up. You know, back in the day, I was watching channels like Niga Higa, Shane Dawson, Smosh, Fred. Back in those days, so if you were you're around my age, you would know those channels growing up in mid 2000s, early 2010s, which I would think is the golden age of YouTube. Back then, these guys were the celebrities of our of my childhood, and I've always wanted to be somewhat successful on YouTube. That's just been a goal of mine, and I think finally hitting 10,000 subscribers, especially in this day and age where the the community is so saturated. The market is so saturated on YouTube. It's hard to even get any traction with any new channels. It's just so competitive. It's so hard to find a niche for your channel, and the fact that I was able to get 10,000 subscribers doing arm wrestling content is mind blowing to me. 100K next. Fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed, Sean. 100K would be incredible. It'll be a freaking dream come true. No kidding. I think it will probably be like the greatest achievement in my life. Bigger than any tournament that I've done, any other achievement that I've done in my whole life. I think 100,000 subscribers on YouTube for Eastside Arm Wrestling. That would be amazing, amazing. Dylan, what's up, man? Congrats on 10K. Thank you so much. And yeah, all three of you in the live chat right now, don't go unsubscribing right now and bring that back to 9999. That would be a little bit embarrassing. Sitting at a 10,003 right now. That's the live count that we have. But yeah, pretty steady growth of the channel over the past 2 years. I remember first starting this channel, starting the brand Eastside Arm Wrestling towards like the middle part of COVID. That was when it was difficult to really get any practices going along. Especially in Singapore, we had periods of complete lockdown where no one could meet together to train. Then slowly things started to open up. There were times where the government let 4 people, 5 people get together. Eventually, 8 people, 10 people, and around that time is when East Side Arm Wrestling started to become a thing. Back then, it wasn't really a channel per se. Like I had the YouTube channel just from having a YouTube channel from 2006, but East Side Arm Wrestling, as it is today, was not really a thing yet. It was more of a very informal gathering of friends. I had a WhatsApp or a Telegram group, and I add in people from the local community. We'd get together, tell them I have practice at my place. Slowly, more and more people started coming. I started doing the live streams of our practices, and then slowly that got the ball going. And then I think the first really big event that I put on YouTube for Eastside Arm Wrestling was me going to Over the Top Down Under back in 2022 in Australia, I believe. That was with me and a couple other friends, Valen, Joshua Park, Zhu Zhiyu, and Wisely Vance. Most of them I'm still in contact with right now, and they're still active arm wrestlers. think that was one of the first big events that I went to near the start of this Eastside arm wrestling journey, and yeah, that sort of really kicked things off, got the ball rolling. Gotta go eat and prepare for practice. Take care, Dev. Enjoy your practice. Have a good practice. Just had mine. Is it Monday today? Yeah, I just had mine on Sunday. Arms are shot, so uh, plus just came back from holiday from vacation in Japan, so I'm just taking it slow this week. Thanks, Lagia. What's up? Thank you for your ever ever continuous support of the channel. Lagia, I've seen you around since the beginning. You know, when I was like just a couple of hundred subscribers, and I'm just really so happy for you to be a part of the East Arm Wrestling community. It's not really a big community per se. You know, I'm not a huge channel, but I always get to see the same couple of faces. You know, Dev, Lagia, a couple of the other guys, always in the comment section. Um, just very thankful for the few of you. I really feel it's like a very tight knit community, and that's why I just wanted to have this little live just to interact with you guys on this very happy day for me. Now, Eastside Arm Wrestling, the future of Eastside Arm Wrestling, I've got a couple of plans for it. Obviously, I'm still going to continue doing YouTube, but also I want to formalize Eastside Arm Wrestling as an actual brand, an actual company, an actual club, and hoping that within the next year or so, I can actually look for a physical headquarters for Eastside Arm Wrestling to have our practices, to make our videos. Because right now it's just me working out of my own room, in my own bedroom that I've been here since 2001, and practice is just outside, you know, right at my house. And as much as I think that that's endearing, and I think that, you know, there's that little grassroots vibe to it, I still want to take arm wrestling to a more respectable, if that's the right word, a more professional level. Right now, the arm wrestling scene in Singapore is still very much underground. I think at most we have an active community of 200 to 300 arm wrestlers in Singapore, which is not bad considering that when I first started there was just like 4 or 5 of us, and now it's 200 or 300. But it's still extremely small compared to even other small niche sports, you know. So I'm hoping that within the next year or so, I can grow that number in Singapore to 8,000 people. And I think once we hit that critical number of 1,000 arm wrestlers in Singapore, you know, that's when things are really starting to get sped up. But for now, still pretty much very small. Trying to find a physical place. I've thought of renting a physical location for like a gym or a club space, but rent in Singapore is really high, and I don't think I'll have enough people to be able to, like, paying members to be able to sustain that. Because right now, Eastside Arm Wrestling is completely free to join. You know, guys just show up at my place every week. I don't charge anything. I just open up my house, open up the hospitality for everyone to enjoy, which I think there is still a place for that. I think there is still a place for these more casual, informal clubs. But for the future of arm wrestling, I think I want to make Eastside Arm Wrestling a little bit more legitimate, which is why I'm really trying to push it towards having a physical, a proper physical location like a gym or a clubhouse. really great representation of sport. Seriously, thanks, Dylan. Thanks so much. Just doing my small part to promote the sport in my little region of Singapore and to a wider degree, Southeast Asia, which is why I'm helping to organize East vs. West Challenger Series Southeast Asia. If you guys have not already seen some of the posters that I've put out, go check them out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all those social media sites. Some of the names, or probably most of the names from the Asian side at least, I think most of you guys might not know, but they will be known soon on February 22nd, 2025. I promise you guys, our Asian athletes are not going to disappoint. They're going to put on a great show. It's not going to be any less entertaining than East vs. West in North America. I can guarantee you that. Greg needs to be paid. Well, yeah, that is a dream, to be able to do arm wrestling or arm wrestling related content as my job. But yeah, still have to have my 9 to 5 job to pay the bills, to support myself. YouTube and arm wrestling just isn't paying just enough yet. In fact, I think I'm losing money on arm wrestling still. Everything that I make from YouTube and Patreon and selling merch and all of that all gets pumped back into arm wrestling. It gets pumped back into growing the brand, into organizing events, into sponsoring athletes, all of that. I have not taken a paycheck for myself in the past 2 years of having Eastside Arm Wrestling, and in fact, probably pumped in a couple of grand of my own money into this channel, into the sport and the community, just to help it grow, which I'm completely fine doing. But at some point, I think it might be unsustainable, which is why I'm trying to sort of transform Eastside Arm Wrestling, or at least create this this club, physical club, or like I don't know, like a gym kind of situation where there can be some revenue and other decent source of revenue that comes into Eastside Arm Wrestling, so that this can be a sustainable thing. The ultimate goal of Eastside Arm Wrestling, just for me personally, I created this brand just so that I can help to make it possible for guys in Singapore to be able to do arm wrestling full time. Whether that's a crazy dream, I don't know. But it's a dream that I wanted for myself, but I don't think I'll be able to do it within my competitive lifetime. But I think I'll be able to achieve it for the next generation of arm wrestlers in Singapore. So yeah, this is really a long-term goal for Eastside Arm Wrestling. Hopefully, it comes sooner rather than later. But I think that's probably what I want. Hopefully, someday it comes true. Someday, maybe Eastside Arm Wrestling is able to sponsor someone full time to make them a full time arm wrestler. But yeah, only time will tell. Only time will tell. But this opportunity to work with the Eastside, the East vs. West brand, I think is a big step forward in achieving that goal and realizing that goal. So very thankful to Engen and his team for allowing me to work together with you guys. And yeah, we'll do my best, and I'll put on a great show for the world to see on February 22nd. What else? November 30th, in just 30th September, just 2 months. C Cup. Now that's just a passion project between me and a friend, Sol, in the Philippines. We are trying to start this little league in Southeast Asia, like a team league. If you guys have watched Pro Panja League, if you guys have watched any other sort of sport, it's like a team versus team kind of thing. Basically, using the East versus West weight classes, and then sorry, and then sending our best guys for each slot in the weight class, and just battling it out. And winner takes all. There's we have 6 weight classes. We took out the most heavy one. I think it's 115 kilograms because in Southeast Asia we don't really have that many super heavyweights. So it's we cut it off at 105 plus, just because having that 105 to 115 doesn't really make sense for most of the countries in Southeast Asia. But yeah, 6 weight classes in C Cup, and if there's a tiebreaker, then we're going to use the number of wins as the tiebreaker. Shin says John Brzezinski of SG. Wow, no, that's too high of a compliment. And I think me and John Brzezinski do very different things. John was a pure force of nature in arm wrestling. In the sport, he was just a titan of arm wrestling, and I am nowhere near the level of arm wrestler than he is. I think I see myself more of a jack of all trades. Do some arm wrestling, do some promotion, that sort of thing. I don't really think I have the genetics to be world champion. I think I have the genetics to be pretty decent, like maybe top 10-ish if I really push the envelope. But to be number 1 in the world at my weight, I don't think that's in the cards for me. So yeah, looking forward to C Cup on the 30th of November. Kent, if you're watching this, I'm coming for you. It's not going to be an easy day. And once you lose to Valen, you're just going to have to look forward to losing to me too. But yeah. So far, other than that, some big progressions for Singapore Arm Wrestling coming soon. We're sending 2 guys over to Asian Cup in Mumbai, India, which I was doing a fundraiser for. We managed to cover a bit of their expenses, so thank you everyone who has donated so far for the Singapore team. They'll be leaving in about 2 weeks' time. Asian Cup is from 19th to 26th of October. And unfortunately, I can't go because I one, my birthday is during that time, and 2, still got work. And it's also a very busy time in my life. I'm moving, not really moving yet, but I'm getting a new house later in October, in the middle of October. And I've got to arrange for the renovations for that. I've got to oversee that and so many things. And then got a wedding coming up early next year. So very, very hectic, on top of organizing C Cup and East vs. West Challenger Series. So yeah, very, very crazy, hectic part of timeline in my life. Can you profit if you do a staking website for the C Cup? Well, about that, staking, there's stake kings, with arm bets, and I know that's doing really well, and that's a profitable thing. But the thing is that in Singapore, gambling laws are really strict, very, very heavily regulated by the government. So even if I wanted to do something like that, I would probably have to partner up with someone overseas where it's easier to get a gambling license and to operate a business like that. To have a staking business in Singapore, it's probably next to impossible. But yeah, unless you're talking about just doing it under table, which I don't know if there's any of that going on, but Mhm. Yeah, definitely. As any sport gets big, that comes into play. But yeah, that's all I have for today, guys. Um, just gonna head back to work. I do have a normal job, but yeah. Thanks for chatting, guys. See you guys later.